And then 90% of your speed was from about the 19.5 meter mark all the way to 60.
Okay. So that means I held my kind of top speed.
Yeah, you held your top speed really well.
Okay.
You held 97% of your top speed for 30 meters of the run, essentially. A little over half the run.
So my max was like 20.1. Right?
Yes, 20.1.
So 20.1 on your S Max.
Mm-hmm. And I held it for 97% of my speed.
That's crazy. 97%.
Yeah, she held 97% of her S max from the 29 meter mark until the end.
So can you record me? So what that means is this: that you're good at maintaining your speed. That was that posture position. Remember, she was able to sit on top and do that. So it's easier for the whole max line. That's perfect.
So next is Makeke.
Okay, Makeke.
Are you gonna laugh because the way I said that?
No.
So your speed retention was actually 91.8%. Is a little bit lower for a 60. So your max was a 20.7, but you finished at just 19 miles an hour. It took you 32.8 miles per hour to get up distance and a good time.
So that means she was decelerating a little bit more rapidly towards the end. The reason why is that when you get towards the end, you start to reach out a little bit. You know what I mean? If you just step down under yourself, you'll be able to maintain your speed, but your hips will stay right under you. You know, carry your body more.
Okay.
That's it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have Ann. Is it Ann or Anna? Anna. Sorry, Anna.
She's not in here.
Oh, she's not here.
You want me to break it down or just go?
No, we good.
So
She's been working out.
is Brooke here?
No.
Brooke? No, she's
No,
not
Brooke.
here either.
All right, Cam's 60.
Cam.
There's a little break in there, but we'll talk through it.
Okay. Someone that break.
That's data loss,
Okay.
probably. I didn't get to download that exact one,
Okay.
but I still got the numbers from. The numbers are also accurate. So you hit 22.9 miles an hour on your 60,
It's a major improvement, right?
and yeah, huge. And you ended at 22.2, so you had a 97% speed retention, and it took you 45 meters to get to your top speed.
Okay.
So that's a little bit long, but that's you have a higher top speed, so it's going to take you longer to get there. But you spent from the 19 meter mark to the 60 meter mark at least 90% of your top speed, that's a really good number. And then 38 to 60 was 97% of your top speed. And then we can compare that with Towers because y'all in together.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Tyrus's was a little messed up as well. I still got the numbers from it. So Tyrus, you actually hit 23 miles an hour on your run. You finished at 21.8, so you had a 94.8% speed retention, a little bit lower. It also took you about 45 meters to get to your top speed, but you and your distance in the 90% speed zone was also a lot lower than Cam's.
He was decelerating more, basically.
What is it?
He was decelerating more.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
back end.
Yeah.
So the reason why for that is you had your leg go further back like this, and you wasn't in the front side of the caddy position where you could just up and down. And your heel recovery was low; it wasn't high enough.
And you can see that in that dip right there.
Yeah.
This right here is where you finish the race, and you have a big deceleration there. We have deceleration right in the last about 5 meters.
Yep. So we just got to work on positioning at the last part of your race, your time to drop. Make sure y'all take notes, man. Know your numbers, don't. I'm just wasted like that.
Oh, man.
That boy's looking at me. That sounds good, Coach. 20-something, I like that. Okay, that sounds nifty.
So for Staples,
Staples, yeah.
you did 22. What did I say wrong again?
No, you don't never call them Staples. We just call them Staples.
Oh, Staples. Okay. So for Staples, you hit 22.1. And you finish at 20.7, so that gives you about a 93.7% speed retention. We'd like that to be a little bit higher in a 60.
But your big deceleration in the back end.
Yeah. but your distance at 90% or more of your S-Max was good. It was 20 to 60 meter range. So from 20 meters on, you were running at least 90% of your max speed. And then from 26 meters on, you were running at the speed at which, either the speed at which you finished or higher. So 93%. But your distance to top speed was 35, so that was a lot better.
But you have that notes. We'll be looking at this November 15th. We're doing it again.
Question?
Yes.
Before you go,
Question.
are you going to do this for like 300?
Yeah.
I mean, the 400?
Yeah, we're gonna do the 300, and we're gonna time whatever else. I think 120 maybe the next time.
Okay, but we won't have to do the 45 second, right?
Well, we're not gonna do the part parts. That's 45 at the end.
Oh, no, I'm saying the data, we won't
Huh?
do the data.
Oh no, we get the data from yeah.
Yeah, I have no data from that. I just have to go home and break it
Yeah.
down and get all the extra
Yeah.
stuff from it.
Y'all want those data bad too? Huh? You want those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna see
like,
if I can.
We'll schedule some time. We'll schedule some time with him.
Like when Coach was talking to y'all about the race model for the 400,
Yeah.
you should be able to see that in these graphs. With a longer race like that, you'll see the dips in your acceleration and speed and the reaccelerations, things like that, and where you're maintaining speed.
All right, well, it's got that.
For hooks, there's only two more left.
Okay.
For hooks right here, you had a 96% speed retention, so you peaked at 21.5 and finished at 20.7.
Okay, pretty good.
But it did take you about 49.7 meters to reach top speed.
A long time.
And it took you a good bit longer. But you had a good initial acceleration, and then the acceleration kind of tailed off a little. It was a slower acceleration because you spent from the 16 meter mark to 60 and then 90% of your S-Max. That was a lot better. I think that's the best number out of everybody. Yeah, you spent the most distance above 90% of your speed. And then,
So basically, if you can push better, and then start to use the mechanics where you can actually apply that force a little more through the ground, you'll actually have that be retained longer. Does that make sense? Because you can actually spin fairly long and keep your frequency for a while, a lot longer than most folks. But what you're not able to do at the moment is apply that force to where you can cover more ground while you're doing it. So this will make it easy for
next is Cyan. Is Cyan here?
you. No.
Bailey?
I think we almost done. We got Denver?
Yeah, Morgan,
Ryan?
No.
Tiana.
Made no sense.
That's it. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, we also got Kendra on there too.
Oh, that's I can do.
Okay, so for Demery, you had right at 90% speed retention. So during the 60, you peaked at 18.9 miles per hour, and at the time you finished, you were running at 17 miles an hour. And you did spend a large distance at or above 90% of your S-Max. So you spent from the 14 meter mark all the way until the end above 90%.
Your fix is gonna be simple. We just gotta get you to push better, create more momentum so you can get to a higher velocity. Just the fact that you have a higher velocity, you'll be able to maintain it because you got good mechanics.
Is Anissa here? You're actually a little squiggly there, but no. So, on yours, you had a 96% speed retention. You peaked at 19 miles an hour and you finished at 18.2. So you maintained speed really well at the top. You had the same number as Demery in terms of distance above 90% of your S-Max. You were at, from the 14 meter mark until the end of the 60, you were running at or above 90% of your S-Max. And then from the 21 meter mark until the finish, you were running at 96% or more of your S-Max. And it took you about 37 meters to reach your S-Max, which compared to Demery, you took her 27. So it's taking you a little longer to get there, but you're maintaining it fairly well. Is Zaya here?
No.
Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for your run, you had a 94% speed retention. You peaked at 18.6 miles an hour and finished at 17.5. It took you 31 meters to reach your S-max. And you can see right here, it's relatively flat. You have, it's high here on this end, and then this is about where it finishes. So that correlates to the number you spent from the 17-meter mark until the end of the race at 90% or more
So
of
for
your max.
you, Morgan, your tail is off at the back end because of the mechanics. The way you're opening your arm like this, that's slowing you down at the back end. You can get to pretty decent velocities, obviously. When you're young, you're doing well. You just got to work on the poise of marching in place.
Is Deanna here?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for your run, you had right at a 95% speed retention. You had right at 95% speed retention. You peaked at 18.1 miles an hour, and you ended at 17.2.
What was it, 18 point what?
18.1.
All right, make sure you write that down, Deanna, so you know what, if you're progressing, if you're getting faster or your max velocity.
You did reach your max speed at just 26 meters, so you reached it fairly quickly. And normally, when you reach it fairly quickly, you see a lower speed retention number, but yours is still at 95%, while still reaching your S max in the first half of the run. And you spent from the 14-meter mark, which I think is actually tied. It's actually the best. You at the 14-meter mark, you hit 90% of your S max, and you were running at or higher than that for the rest of the race. So 46 meters. You're-
How's Kendra?
What is it?
Kendra.
Kendra?
I think we gotta get rid of the lift here.
Yeah. So for your run, you had a 4.4 meters per second AMAX.
Who was that?
4.4.
For Kendra?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you hit a top speed of 19.6.
19.6.
But right here in the middle, you see this little lull in
Yeah.
the run. You would want to see this connect a little bit more.
What meter is that?
That would be at the. Just now. That's about the 34-meter mark.
Okay.
Is when you see that little dip,
Hmm.
and then you have to re-accelerate right between about 34 and about 42 meters
Yeah.
to reach your top speed, and then you see it drop a little steep before you hit the 60-meter mark.
Okay. That's arm stroke mechanics. I know exactly what that is. Yeah, that's not hard. Because it's hard for you to find that rhythm to make a consistent downstroke for you. You be big stroking. Yeah. So we got to find a comfortable arm carriage for you to start stroking back down. Yeah.
So you finished this one at about 17 miles an hour from a 19.6 top speed. That's about an 86% speed retention number.
Cool. So I think that's everybody 60, huh?
Yes, everybody 60. I have the 150s, but
Yeah, we got to go
I
lift.
think forever with this.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna go ahead and lift. Do you have any questions for Mr. Reddick about the numbers or anything while he's here? You can ask.
So your AMAX, like your acceleration?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Do you know
the
the line?
What was, yeah. So y'all want to make sure y'all get your A max, your S max times, your max velocity time. Your max velocity being like a miles per hour. You feel what I mean? The more MPHs we can get to, then the more we can sustain it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you can get to a high velocity, what that means is you can push really well and you can accelerate really well. Can you maintain velocity means that you have good positioning, good posture, good mechanics. So if you see your stuff tailing off on the back end, that means you have limited mechanics on the back end. Okay, what's up? What you got?
So is it a good thing that my top speed and my max velocity are the same?
Say it again now?
Your top speed and your max velocity are the same.
They're the same, yeah.
Are you asking about
It's the same thing.
It's synonymous. It's the same word.
They mean the same thing.
Okay, that's why it's so confused.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
What's your MPH? What was your miles per hour? What was your top max?
What was my top max?
20.7.
You supposed to have that written down.
You're supposed to have it written down.
Yours is 20.7.
It was 20.7, okay.
Come on now.
He got me
It didn't say mine.
But Makeke, when you first started, it was 19 point what?
19.9.
Okay.
So it was 21.
20.7. You didn't came up a lot. You see? You feel what I'm saying, right? That's what you need to know so you can get your confidence up knowing that you're fast.
Wrote it down, but I don't know what numbers it means.
S max is like your max velocity.
I'm saying like
It'll be miles per hour. So whatever miles, did he give you your miles per hour?
20.1.
Ask
you
him.
said? What was
20 point, I believe so, 20.1.
What was my O one?
Your old one was 20.1 or something like that. Her old top max was 20.1. What your new one is?
He said it was 21.3.
With your raggedy form. So you see what we got to work on, right, Khalil? So when we get back to it, we're going to get back on that position and stuff, okay? All right. We're going to be in San Antonio too. All weekend. Yes. What's up? Yes. Girl, yes.
Cool. So
We're doing a clinic out there.
you are what day?
Saturday, Sunday, we dipping back.
Okay, what okay, I'm gonna text you on Saturday. 'Cause I
Yeah.
practice Saturday morning.
Yeah, I might slide
My
through.
coach,
Yeah, what
so-
time is it?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But well, what time is the clinic?
What time is the clinic? 2? And we'll be getting done like at 5. We get some food and hang out.
Okay. I'll touch base with you.
Yeah, we was biking the city last time. We was doing the little electric
Those
bikes.
trails,
Yeah.
I love them, but they're concrete.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is made for bikes, not for runners.
No,
I
not
can't
for your
train
legs.
on that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that.
But yeah, okay, cool. So I have to visit my coach the next 3 days.
Okay.
So I'll be out there and then I'm coming back. But maybe I'll see y'all.
Yeah, for sure. At least hit us to the good spots to eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we try to get some real Mexican spot. Yeah.
Mexican? That's Antonio?
Oh, okay. I forgot you real. Yeah, my bad.
I'll send you something.
Yeah, set me up some, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool.
Wait, so
Okay.
what do I have to fix again? Because I went from 16 to 17 and now I'm at 18.9.
You increased your max?
Yeah, I'm 18.9.
You started off at 16? That's crazy. You went from not running fast to running pretty fast.
I want to
Okay.
get to like 19.
Yeah, we can do that. So you need to work on your push phase. You know, you keep having your arm stroke going forward. Work on your arm stroke going down.
Like a sharp one is like,
Yeah.
I know they looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
So that's good. Are we still on live?
Yeah. Yes,
Any questions y'all need to know?
Girl, get out of here.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm over here
that's good.
most of my time on the live.
I know that they got me looking slow.
No, no cap. Give me a month. Wait, when is Mr. Reddick coming back out?
The next testing?
Yeah.
He may come back out to talk over the.
So we're not doing another 60, like nothing.
Not right now. Not until like November.
Oh, you're on the live right now? I'm sitting there watching it. Or are you in here? Oh, that's real.
How you gonna watch it? You in here, Luke?
Go back to Mr. Reddick.
All right, y'all. We about to dip out. We about to go lift weights. See y'all.
I'm sorry, I got my deceleration. Okay.